In today's intermediate workout, we are going to be looking at legs.
All right, let's get right into it. We're going to start on our backs. Now, as we are leg focused today, we're actually going to start with just a little bit of stretching. So we're going to take the right leg, cross it over the knee of the left, and we're just going to go into that classic little pretzel stretch or figure four, whatever you'd like to call it, and let that sit bone open and stretch for a moment. We're going to be doing a fair amount of glute work. So I want to make sure that we're opening up that tissue and the tissue is ready for the work. We're not already starting from a really tightened place. So allowing the glute to open, you can bring the knees a little bit closer in towards your chest just to feel that nice stretch all the way through the back of the leg here. And then bringing the leg down. Let's go to the other side. Just switching out the legs and just enjoying a nice little stretch. Breathing easy, trying to let the tissue at the bum open and release so that way you're really feeling that big stretch all the way through the glutes. And then coming back down. All right, we're going to start right away with hip lifts. So finding a nice bit of support through the core, we're going to find the glutes, taking a breath in. On the exhale, glutes activate using the bum. We're going to pick that pelvis right up, actively pressing down into our heels here, reaching out through the knees, and then hinging at the hip. So really finding that hip crease, the ribs and the pelvis coming down in one big piece. Let's bring those arms up and do it again. Find those glutes, press on up. Making sure that those hips are really nice and square, and then coming back down. Two more like this, just getting the body gently warmed up, ready for the work that we're going to be doing, and coming back down. Last one, make sure those shoulders feel nice and heavy so they're not climbing up towards your ears already. We're going to stay up at the top, lift both heels up, anchor into the big toes. I don't want you to roll out to your babies. Stay nice and controlled through that big toe, and then tap it down for 8. Stay lifted, 7 and 6, 5. Find those glutes, 4. Hips are level, 3, 2, and 1. Hold up there with those heels lifted. Come halfway down with the bum. Find those glutes, press up, 1, and halfway down. Find the glutes, 2, and 3. I'm going to reach my arms back behind me, and 4, 5. Inner thighs really active here for 6. Bringing the arms back up for 7. Last time, 8. Hold it up there. Find the support through the big toes, and let's do 10 quick little heel taps. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You should feel your calves kicking in. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Up. Hinge the hip. Keep those heels lifted. 3-inch heels here. Hinge all the way down. Spine moving in one big solid piece, and let the feet come down. Excellent. We're going to find those glutes, press on up, flat feet here. Anchoring into the glute closest to the camera. Bring the other leg up through tabletop and into extension. Lower that leg down toward the floor, lift it up, 5. Try to stay really long through the waist on both sides. 3, 2, 1. We're going to keep that leg lifted. Hinge with your supporting leg. Press it up, 8. Press it up, 7. We're not moving quickly here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the leg, come back down, find that nice long line, equal pelvis, anchor into the other glute, bring the leg to tabletop, extend up to the ceiling, lower the leg down, Lift it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that leg lifted. Hinge, press it up. 1, hinge, press it up. 2, 4, 5, 6, 2 more here, 7, and 8. Hold and bend. Lower the leg, and let's roll down through the spine. We've been up there for quite a bit. So from the very top of the spine, deepening through those abdominals, roll through that low back, and release. Okay, not quite done yet with the legs, but we're gonna give them a quick little break to do a bit of ab work. Let's bring the legs up into tabletop. Using that pelvic floor breath, curling up through the spine, just keep the legs in tabletop, and then back down. Exhale, curl up and down. So try not to jam the chin into the chest. Think of the negative space that you are wrapping yourself around. And let's do this for 5, 4, looking between those knees, not too close to the crotch because that's going to bring your chin into your chest. So think of looking kind of just over the knees or between the knees. 2. One more time, let's stay lifted. Let's reach one leg out. Pull it in. The other leg. Pull it in. And in. Deepening those abdominals. Really feeling that pelvic floor engagement. Really feeling those abs tightening around the center. We do this for 4. And 3. 2. One more time. Stay high. Slowly lower that upper body. Lower the legs with control. And bring the heels together, the toes apart. So now I have a diamond shape with my legs. All right, we're going back to that hip lift series, but with a turned out position. So finding the glutes, we're going to press up and down. 4 of these, reacquainting our body with this movement. We're not moving super crazy fast. Last one, we're gonna come up and stay. Check out what's happening with your pelvis. Try not to sink. Keep those inner thighs active. Even though we're in a diamond, we're not displaying the legs there. You want to keep the energy in the inner thighs. Pausing here, you can bring your arms up. Let's lift the heels and down. So the heels will come apart, but I still want you to think of that big toe connection, just so you're not tipping too far into that baby toe. Let's do this for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that lift. Hinge halfway down. Press it up. 1. Hinge halfway down. Press it up. 2, 3, 4. Keeping energy in those inner thighs for 5. And 6, 7. Finding those glutes. Last time, 8. Hold it up there. Quick little toe or heel taps here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Slowly, slowly hinging down. Keep those heels lifted. Spine moving in one piece. Hinge, 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 and down. Not done. I'm going to bring my heels a little bit closer to my bum, keeping my turnout, pressing back up. Finding the support with the leg closest to the camera. Bringing my other leg up into tabletop, but turned out and lifted. We lower the leg 5 times. Keep the leg turned out. We worked in parallel before. This is our turnout. We're getting a little bit more inner thigh now. 3, 4, 5. Stay up there. Hinge. Press it up. Feels a little different here. Finding that inner thigh just a little bit more. 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg, lower it down. Find that nice long line out the legs, level pelvis, energize into that glute, leg through tabletop, turned out leg, lower it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg up, hinge, bend down. Let the bum release, activate it. Let it release, activate it. 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Bend, control down, and then hinge. Hinge, energy in the inner thighs, all the way to the floor. Excellent. Let's go back into a little bit of abdominal work, but let's keep the legs in that nice turned out position with the feet down. Actually, let's bring them into a little pointed position so my heels are lifted here. We are going to curl up and back down and curl up. So I just changed my toes to a little, like if I were on my tippy toes, because I was getting foot cramp. So, you know, sometimes you think something's gonna work and then you gotta change your game plan. And let's do this for 4. Energy in those inner thighs. 3, and 2, and 1. Let's stay on up there. Here's where I want you to point because we're gonna do a little lift and down. So I'm bringing my knees in toward my elbows, controlling those abdominals as I tap my toes down. 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Legs go down. Control, control, control. Excellent. All right, let's switch our position up and come on to our side. Bending the legs, we're gonna stay nice and long to begin. And starting with a nice classic Pilates clam. Engaging through the glute, we're gonna lift up through rotation of that thigh bone and down. So I'm not just lifting up from my knee here. If I'm just working from my knee, I'm cheating myself out of all of that great glute work. This is a glute exercise. It needs to start by the glute activating, wrapping around the thigh bone. All of those deep lateral rotators, turning that thigh bone out. That's the leg lift and down. The knee is just kind of going along for the ride. Up and down. We're gonna do 4 more like this. 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it up there. Come halfway down and up. Halfway down and up. So finding just that little bit of extra contraction through that glute to lift that leg just a little bit higher. 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 5. Hold it for 4. Keep wrapping and engaging. Wrapping and engaging. 2 and 1. Lower the leg down with control. Bring those feet up. Same exercise. Lift it 1 and down. But now the legs are lifted, so we've got a little bit more load for the body to support. And working through it. Let's do this for 4. Hopefully you're starting to feel a little shakety shake. And 2. Last one, we're gonna stay up there. Here's my halfway down and up. Halfway down and engage just a little bit more. 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Hold it there for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2 and 1. Very slowly controlling the leg down and then bringing the feet down as well. We're going to extend both legs out nice and long, straight up from the hip joint, but you can bring the leg forward if you need a little bit more support. Tummy's nice and active. We're going to lift both legs together. Let's bring the arm up to the ceiling, lifting up and down, up and down. So I'm reaching longer through my legs as I do this, using that length to help me go into that lift. And again, let's do this for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that. Lower that bottom leg, inner thigh working here, 1. Inner thigh working, 2. Reaching out through that bottom leg as you lift, 3. And 4. So my hips are square. I'm trying not to roll back or roll forward. Let's do this for 4. And 3, 2, and 1. Circles with that bottom leg. 1 and 2. 3. We're not moving quickly. 4. But we are moving with intention. Letting all of those muscles find their way into the exercise. 2 more here. Reversing that. 1 and 2. 3 and 4. 5, 6, 7. So close here. 8. Touch those legs together. 9. Last one, 10. Holding it for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. We're going into scissors now. Front leg is the under leg, the top leg goes back, and we switch and switch. So big leg scissors, trying to again stay nice and supported through the torso here. And 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Let's bring those legs together and lower them down. Very nicely done. We're going to go into a little bit of tricep work before we switch ourselves over to the other side. So wrapping that bottom hand around my waist, I'm going to place my hand sort of in the center of my humerus bone here, and I'm pushing myself up for 8, pushing up for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more time here, 1. Since we're up here, we're just going to flip ourselves around. Going on to the other side. So we're going to lie ourselves down, finding that nice 45-ish degree angle. The tummy is nice and supported. The feet are going to stay together, and I'm wrapping that glute as I lift and lower my leg. So I'm really trying to find that glute engagement, turning that thigh bone out within the hip joint, but the pelvis itself does not move. Let's do this for 5 and 4, 3 and 2 and 1. Holding it up there. Come halfway down. Deepen that engagement a little bit more. Halfway down and up. 3 and 4, 5. Deepening it a little bit more. 6, 7. Last 2. Right here. 9 and 10. Holding it. Holding it. Going a little deeper for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Coming down. Let's bring those legs up, finding that glute, rotating, lifting it up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do this for 5. 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, very close. 2, and 1, halfway down and up. Halfway down and up. Keep going. Let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay on up there, hold it, 5, 4. Keep rotating out through that hip joint, but the pelvis stays quiet. 2, and 1. Slowly bringing the leg down, and then the feet, extending the legs out nice and long. So we start with both legs together, arm up, lift and down, lift and down. And the top leg can kind of glide a little bit on that bottom leg. That's fine. Let's do this for 5, and 4, 3, 2, and when we're going to hold it up there, lower and lift that leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reaching out through the leg so you really feel that inner thigh activating. 9, and we've got our circles here. 1, so touching those feet at each circle. 3, and 4. Trying to stay really nice and supported through the core. 9, and 10. I've lost count clearly. Let's reverse the direction. And 2, 3, and 4. It's a good day if I can keep hundreds straight. And 3, 2, and that's an excellent idea. I think we will do some hundreds. And 1, holding that for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. We are going to scissor, scissor. Nice big scissor legs here. Try to maintain that stable pelvis. Never rigid, stable, never rigid. And let's do this for 4, and 3, 2, 1. Bring those legs together. Whoa, and down. All right, we're gonna finish with that nice little tricep exercise here. So again, wrapping that bottom hand around, having the hand about midway into that humerus, and we are pressing up for 8, 7. Use the breath. This is a tricep exercise. Try to use your arm to do the majority of this work. If you want to pivot on that bottom arm, you can, not coming all the way up. You've got 2 left, or you can push yourself all the way up. It's your choice. Last one. And look at that. We're up to sitting. Okay. We are going to come down onto our backs now for a little bit more abdominal work. So just allowing the legs to be nice and easy right now. We're going to bring the hands behind the head and go into a little oblique work, which we haven't really looked at yet today. So as I curl up, I'm going to reach my opposite hand toward the outside of my leg closest to you, and then I'm going to come down, and we're going to alternate to side. So curling up and reaching and down, just like I'm going to shake a hand. Curl up and reach and down. Curl up, rotate, reach, and down. Just nice and easy. You know we're going to build on it. But it's a good opportunity here, doing this more foundational movement, to check in with how it's going. Are you coming up and then finding that nice rotation through the rib cage? Or are you kind of rotating and moving more from your neck? Are you moving more from your shoulder? Just checking in with yourself. Are you jamming your back into the mat every time you come up? Is the belly pooching out, or are you finding your abdominal support? Sometimes we think that doing this foundational movement is kind of boring or we don't really pay as much attention to it, but really it's an opportunity to reconnect with your body. So if you think of it that way, then you're really going to get something out of every single movement that you do. We're going to do one more time here. And down. Okay, bringing the legs up into tabletop, and let's bring them to extension. Hands coming behind the head. Same movement for the upper body, but now we're reaching toward the ankle and then all the way down. Curling up, reaching to the ankle and down. So there's energy in those legs. Inner thighs are active. So even though this might not be considered a leg exercise per se, we're definitely working them. Let's do this for 4. And 3. And 2. One more time. And down. Pause. We're going to bring the leg closest to the camera toward you and the one furthest away down toward the floor and rotate toward it. And then switch. So we're doing a leg scissor. Scissoring, scissoring, scissoring through those legs. Let's do this for 4. And 4. Curling 3. 2. One more time. Legs up, lower that upper body, bring the legs down, and down you go. I hope that you could feel that work. I could definitely feel a full body shake there. Bringing the legs back up into tabletop one last time. Heels together, toes apart, and we are reaching out and pulling in. Reaching out and pulling in. So really feeling those inner thighs engaging and those glutes working as you extend the legs. Now, if you want more of an abdominal challenge, you can send the legs lower to the ground. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding that there, we're going to open the legs wide, flex the feet, bring them back together. Point the feet, open them wide. I can only go so far because I'm going to hit my table and back in. But if you can get a nice big V shape here, it's quite lovely for the inner thighs to get that stretch and then engagement. Deepening those abdominals. Let's do this for 4, 3, 2, one more time. Bend the legs in, close the legs, and lower them down with control. Let's just do a nice hip roll here to help open up the front of the leg. There's a lot of hip flexor and quad work that was just happening, so we want to stretch things out a little bit. And then roll ourselves back down. Let's do that one more time. Rolling ourselves up. And melting, and melting, and melting all the way down. We're going to do that whole series one more time. So we're bringing the legs up into tabletop, heels together, toes apart. Let's float the arms up so the core has to work a little bit harder here. And we're pressing out and coming in. Out and in. Let's send the arms back and pull them in. It just makes it a little bit more challenging. Let's do this for 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. Bring them in. Let's extend the legs right up to the ceiling. Point the feet, open wide, flex the feet, pull them back together. Open wide. Hold it back together so you're really feeling those inner thighs activate. Flexing the feet is going to really help open up that whole, or engage that whole inside of the inner thigh. 2 more. 1 more time here. Bend those legs, lower the arms, close the legs back to parallel, and down we go. All right. Let's come onto our bellies now to get a good amount of glute and hamstring work. So I'm just going to rest my forehead on my hands here. Bending the legs, heels together, toes apart. Heel squeeze prone exercise. So actively pressing into those heels to help wake up the inner thigh and the inside of the leg. I don't want you to just kind of let your heels be all loosey-goosey here. Really try to find that connection. So take the time to press into the heels and then release. Press into the heels and release. And as you do that press, just check in with yourself. Notice what's happening in the body as you do that. Let's do this for 4 and 3. Just pressing in. 2 more. And 1. Squeeze those heels together. Pull those abdominals in. Engage those glutes and lift. And down. Find those glutes, squeeze those heels, lift. And down. You want to try to stay equally weighted between your hip bones and your pubic bone. So as you lift the legs, if you feel like you're sinking too much onto your pubic or onto your hip bones, you may need to find a little bit more abdominal support. Let's do 4 more here. 4. Press into those heels. 3. 2. 1 more time. Holding that up there. Extend both legs out. Pull them back in. Flex those feet. Don't lower the knees. Reach out. And in. Reach out. And in. Out. And in. Let's do this for 4. And 3. 2. 1 more time. Hold it out there. Big leg circles. Touch those heels. Lift and around. Touch the heels. Lift and down. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Last one here. Reverse the direction. Open, lift. Touch those heels. Open, lift. I'm still trying to find equal weight through my pelvis. So everybody's circle circumference is going to be different. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Keeping the legs nice and long here. Hands just coming by your side. Going into a little extension work. Draw those shoulder blades together. Pull the abs in. Nudge the nose, just coming into a nice little bit of extension. And down. And up. And down. Enjoy the stretch. Up. And down. 2 more here. Nudging the nose, opening up through that collarbone, lengthen. And down. Keep pulling those abdominals in to support the spine. Last one. And down. Now, I promised you some hundreds. We're going to get those out of the way right now before we hit up our last exercise.
Okay. Bring the legs into tabletop. I think for this, what we will do is we'll extend the legs out for our hundreds. As we inhale for 5, we'll open the legs up, and as we exhale for 5, we'll pull the legs back together, okay? So let's bring the hands behind the head. Exhale, curl up. We're gonna come to our hundreds position. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 22, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 32, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 42, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 52, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. 62, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 72, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 82, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 92, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Pull it in. Lower the hands, lower the legs. So fast, like it was nothing. We are coming onto our hands and knees for our last glute exercise here. So the arm furthest away from the camera is going to come down onto the forearm. My other hand is going to rest here. This is going to allow me to extend the leg out, lift it up, and rotate toward you. So I'm opening my pelvis up toward the camera. From here, I'm going to bring my leg forward, tap it down, squeeze the bum, lift it up, bring it back. Bring the leg forward, tap it down, squeeze the bum, and back. And let's do this for 8. And 7. And 6. 5. 4. 3. Lots of great leg work today. 2. One more time, coming up, holding it there. Let's bend the leg in, kick it high. Bend the leg in, kick it high. 8. And 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. And 2. 1. Open the leg, tap it down, lift it back up. Open the leg, tap it down, lift it up. Here's where I regret saying that there were 10 of these. And 7. And 6. Almost done. 5. 4. 3. Sweep that leg around 2. Oh, I am getting tired. I don't know about you. One more time. Up. We've got 10. And 9. As you get tired, take a break. Or don't do as many reps. Move a bit more slowly. 2 more here. Check in with yourself. Last one. And down with control. And coming up and in. I'm going to turn myself around. So as you get tired, that's when you're most likely to injure yourself because you're just trying to force yourself through the movement. It's worth taking the break or doing fewer reps, but make sure that you're still connecting to your core because honestly, the first thing to go when we start to get tired is our core support. So that back arm is going to come down. I'm going to reach my leg out, lift it up, and rotate toward you. Let's get this over with. Let's lift and lower for 10. 9. And 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. Feel that glute working. Last one. Bend it in. Kick it high. 1. 2. 3. And 4, you're doing great. And 5, we can do this. And 6, only one more set of each of these. And 8, we're so close. 9 and 10, one more set, we can do this. 1, I don't know if I'm saying this more for you or more for me, but we can get through this. And 3, as I get tired, I'm checking in with my core support. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. You can see I've also slowed down. 9. And last one, as hard as it is to slow down, let's pull that leg in. I want to move more slowly because if I start moving more quickly, I might compromise my core or my support system in some way because I'm trying to get through it. So I'm slowing down so I can stay with you. 5 left here. 5, 4, I can feel that burn. 3, I hope you can too. 2, shake, shake, shake. 1, oh, lower down, come back up. Well-deserved child's pose. Oh my glutes. Whew. Nice and easy breath here. So now you know why we did that figure 4 stretch at the beginning of the class. Tons of leg work today. Excellent, excellent job. Let's just come up into that pigeon pose. So bringing one leg forward and allowing yourself to sit down onto the thigh and into the glute. The lower you go down, the bigger a stretch you're going to get. Work within a range that feels good for you. Don't try to force it. If a muscle is super tight because it's contracted so much, if you try to force a stretch, the muscle's just going to say, no, thank you, and it's going to tighten even more. So work within the range. Take your time with it. I'm kind of checking myself here. Can I let that bum go a little bit more to allow me to go a little deeper? I'm going to do one more time on this side. Checking myself, really trying to let my glute release, really trying to allow myself. And then I'm going to switch legs. Nothing fancy with my leg switch here, just switching. And then checking on this side, is it a little easier to go deeper? And up. So I'm just gently massaging the tissue by lowering my upper body and pressing it back up. The lower I go, the more stretch I get. But again, I don't want to shock my muscles. They've already been shocked. I don't want to do more work there. I want it to let go now. Just one more time like this. Allowing that sit bone to open, glutes open, and up. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on this leg journey, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.